Hare Krishna.
Please ask.
Guruji, I have been hearing from you that whatever situation we are put
Please
in
put your
this
video on. Yes, please
I
ask.
have that whatever situation we have been put in, that is by Krishna's mercy and it is for individuals good only. But I think that personally, whenever whatever efforts I have been putting for pleasure of Krishna and devotees, I don't feel happy in that, or I don't feel that I'm successful or making them happy or making progress of my own. So now I'm started doubting whether this actually works or whether I'm doing worth or it never happened before. So
I didn't understand your question.
like uh, whenever I try to please devotees or try to do any activities of pleasure of Krishna, nowadays I feel that I'm not satisfied by my own self. Before whatever I used to do, I used to feel okay, maybe Krishna is happy with this. But now I don't feel
How do you judge that Krishna is happy with you or not?
yeah, by the satisfaction of devotees.
So you have to always ask and cross-check with the devotees whether they are happy with your efforts or not. You cannot depend on your mind to tell you that you are happy or unhappy. That is not the criteria to decide whether your efforts are enough or not. You always need to have a senior devotee who can keep guiding you, and through the medium of devotee association you come to know what Krishna feels about you. So feeling on one level, feeling unhappy about what you are doing to please Krishna is good. That will keep you working hard more and more to try to please the devotees and Krishna. But at the same time, you should not go into negative, ego trip that I'm useless, I'm worthless. That's not humility. That is something like false ego going into inferiority complex. So keep in touch with devotees and keep cross-checking with them whether you are doing your efforts nicely or not nicely, and keep taking the responses positively and keep your efforts on. It's not just a 1 year project or 6 months project. It's a lifetime project. Keep trying to keep trying your efforts and keep trying to please the devotees. And then you'll know whether Krishna is pleased or not. Hare Krishna. Anybody else has any question?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Yes.
Because Prabhuji, when I chant, so many times it feels that I'm chanting on the outside and inner dialogue is going on. There's a different soundtrack running parallel, and it's very difficult to focus on the holy name. Then, how can we overcome this?
The nature of the mind is like that only. It is natural for the mind to wander and distract yourself. It is not something very surprising. All of us face that. But moment you come to know you are distracted, you have to bring your mind back. That is the first thing to do. But that is the thing to do when you are actually in chanting and thinking. But most important is to do sankalpa before you start chanting. That is why I always feel that the whole sankalpa of chanting starts the previous evening. From the time when you eat your prasad in the evening, when you go to bed in the evening, when you take a sankalpa before sleeping, that I want to get up in the morning and chant attentively. Then you get up in the morning, get ready, and again you sit down and do sankalpa in the mind that I want to chant attentively. without thinking of anything else. So it's a whole lot of process. It's not just the question of distracted mind during chanting. It's a deep meditation much before you chant. And if that you do properly, then by the mercy of the Lord, you will keep coming to know every time that your mind is distracted. Sometimes your mind gets so much lost in thoughts that you don't even know that you are lost. So that if you come to know that you are lost, there is a great mercy of the Lord. And when you come to know, you have to bring your mind back. And as I have been always telling before also, that doing Anulom Vilom Pranayam is very helpful. Kapalbhati also. And Anulom Vilom Pranayam is very, very helpful to bring your mind back. I used to do this. I do this now also. Sit in Vajrasan and do Anulom Vilom Pranayam and Kapalbhati. And actually, when you throw the breath out, all the thoughts also are thrown out. All the thoughts also are thrown out. And you feel empty. And then again you start chanting. It regulates your mind by controlling the breathing pattern. Mind becomes peaceful and thinking becomes less. Thinking, I don't think it can be nullified to zero unless we become pure devotees. But it should not be a deterrent or it should not be a discouraging factor. We have to keep the fight on. We cannot give up our fight because we are thinking. Because life is giving us so many situations which forces us to think about it. Some mishaps take place, some good things take place, some wedding is coming up and some preparations are going on, some trip is coming up. So a lot of things are always there in the mind. But we should still, that is why another point to avoid distractions of the mind is to have fixed time in chanting in the morning. So one day you start at 6:30, one day you start at 5 o'clock, one day you start at Ekadashi at 4:30 in the morning, one day you start at 7:30 in the morning. So mind has all the wild area to ponder, think, and mind is not having fixed time conditioning. Yeah, I should chant now. You are not given the fixed time to mind. So mind is free. How do I know? Like you tell the child one day at 7 o'clock, eat breakfast. Second day you tell the child at 9 o'clock, eat the breakfast. And someday you wake up late, so you say 11 o'clock, take the breakfast. The child is saying, what mama you are doing? Any time of the day you tell me take breakfast. I'm not hungry now. Like that. So you need to also regulate the mind to make the mind want to chant at a particular time. So point one, mind will go back, mind will go thinking, bring it back. Point two, do the sankalpa and planning right from the previous evening. Number three, do Anulom Vilom Pranayam. Number four, fix your time for chanting. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you
Anybody
so
has
much.
any other question? Most important point is, or I should say myself, for myself, none of us are enough determined to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra at fixed times in a day. You can see also on the Zoom, the attendance is so erratic. Someday, same people come at 4:30, some people come at 7 o'clock, some people come at 8 o'clock also. So with this weak determination, when the resolute determination is not there, you cannot get the good result of the activity. Whatever. You want to learn some cooking sabji, you want to learn cooking sweets, you want to learn cooking something, you want to do something, exercise daily. If there is no resolute determination, no result takes place. Similarly, if there is no resolute determination to chant Hare Krishna with a plan, with enough emphasis, it is not going to happen. Because it's not a mechanical process. It is a serious spiritual process from the bottom of the heart. Unless determination takes place at the bottom of the heart in a very serious manner, it will not happen. It will not happen. It's not a mechanical process. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thank you very much.